Oh, God. Shit, I almost lost my balance. Hold on. Let me get down real quick. So that's interesting because that's today's topic. Today, we're talking about balance. So y'all, welcome to episode 6 of the Golden Hour with Rose Golden. If there's one thing I know, is that balancing growing a business, having a personal life, healing, trying to keep myself healthy, and all the other things I have to do is freaking exhausting. But words of Shonda Rhimes for giving me this concept and helping me accept the fact that if one part of my life is thriving, then 9 times out of 10, another part is slacking. And that is absolutely okay. So please enjoy this conversation with my good friend, Ruben Campbell, AKA Reub B.O You. Enjoy the show. Word. What is going on, y'all? Welcome to the Golden Hour with Rose Golden. I am your host, Rose Golden, and today I'm excited to bring to you yet another great episode with another amazing guest. So shout out to Reub Boy in the building.
Yo, thank you. Good, I am well, Rose.
How you doing?
How am I feeling?
What's your word for today?
My word for today, I remember last time I came here I said hopeful, and that it feels like hopeful, but I feel like right now it feels like my mom has this phrase, I'm more than a conqueror. I think I want to go with conqueror, you know? Yeah.
Okay.
I'm conquering things right now, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a list of things I've been putting off, and I'm slowly like making one by one, you know what I'm saying? Because look, I'm a heavy procrastinator, and I'm trying to
let's talk about it.
I'm not even trying to get done. I'm slowly getting the habit of just like, you know, executing my ideas that like I want to set out for myself, my goals, that's just nipping in the butt. I want to do it done right away. You know, I'm just want to get in the habit of just doing that consistently. You know what I'm saying?
And doing it without thinking, right?
Yeah, like automatic.
Like, that's the biggest thing, especially when it's like we get an idea, we're really hyped about it, and then we don't do it for years or months.
We overthink it, and we make it too greater than what it actually is. And you know, like honestly, we overthink the start. Honestly, starting is like
it's the hardest part.
Starting is honestly the most hardest part. You know what I'm saying? And even within like, you know, the task itself, you might have like other sub factors to, you know, achieve your overall goal. You know what I'm saying? And that in itself might be like, dang, I got so much to do. I gotta, like, maybe you have to tow something, and I gotta get the hook or whatever to put in the car. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? But you know, once you can have it just knocking everything out one by one, you know, that should just want to be better.
And I feel like that's the thing, because it's like, yes, we could also just jump into things impulsively and not think about it. So there is very much so a balance that needs to you know, be present. So it's like, I need to kind of think this through. What's the purpose behind it? You know, is it intentional and not just, you know, blindly act? So that is a great segue again into our topic for today, which is balance. We're talking about balance and all of what is included in that, which is a lot. Okay. But before we talk about balance, I want y'all to know a little bit more about Ruben. Okay. So I'm going to read your bio because I just think it was really fire and it spoke to me a lot, which is another reason why you're here. So, you are only as great as you think you are. As a young creative, it took years to fully understand this. Life is a war, and the enemy is often the one that looks back at us in the mirror. Our greatest battle as individuals comes from within, from fighting against fear and discouragement for what we truly desire. Reub B.O You is a creator aware of his surroundings, striving for ascension not only monetarily, but mentally, for sake of his peers, community, and those his message may reach. And that's on period. So thank you.
Yeah, it just hit harder the second time, especially like when you like, I'm glad you said it back to me, because sometimes I be lost in soup called life. You know, like sometimes you just get so cooped up into a formula and it worked, you know, day by day, but then you realize like, Dad, this is not what I'm really here for.
This is why,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? And like, I'm not trying to just be cool, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be cool for nobody, you know what I'm saying? I want to be better, you know what I mean? I want to be better for the me tomorrow, and I want me tomorrow to think, yo, thank you for putting the work in when you did, you know what I mean?
And that's why I really appreciated what you had said in your post. You were like, I want my art to be the bridge between you and your higher self.
Yeah.
So like that in itself is again one of the main reasons why I like really wanted you here, is because like I've always admired not only your work ethic but like your heart and your spirit.
Yeah.
Because it's like if you know you're very giving and caring, but also like believe yourself is also like your motto. You know, you're always constantly trying to spread love and spread positivity. So I do want to talk a little bit about your believe yourself. If you want to show it all to the crowd, you know what I'm saying? Believe yourself.
Believe on yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You mean to like, you know, basically with this message, like believe on yourself was like my original motto. You know what I'm saying? And it meant to me like everything you say you are, stick to it, stick on your word, stand on it firm, because you know your actions make you who you are. You know what I'm saying? Formulate your character. You know what I mean? And you know, we all have this idea of like what we want to be. We want to be. Some people want to be famous. Some people just want a lot of wealth. Some people just content with what they have right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I just want to grow. I just want to ascend. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind like having to go through a little like trials and tribulations to get to that end goal, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just what it's gonna make you a better character at the end of your story, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I'm just about growth. You know what I mean? That's what I want Believe Yourself to do. Like I want my message to really grow with the individual, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
so at what point did you like land on that and it stuck?
Because I still believe on yourself, but it was like really on top of yourself. So I still say it's still believe yourself when I read it, but I think of what I already been saying, believe on yourself, like how I see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's still what Reub B.O You is for, you know.
Yeah.
Believe is on yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you just gotta want to believe yourself.
So if this is 2021, when did that become like your like motto?
Believe yourself.
Believe yourself.
Just rocking with it.
Right.
Like I could say like I always felt like, cause look, I'm gonna take you back.
Okay.
When I initially made Reub B.O You, like at first, when I was making beats, my producer name was just Reub for the longest. It wasn't until I got locked out of my SoundCloud and needed to remake one again where I added the B.O.Y. And I just aimlessly, I'm gonna be honest, I just aimlessly put B.O.Y. Cause, you know, I wanted to pay tribute to, you know, me being from the islands, my folks being from the islands, and also having my own like style, my own rhythm and whatnot. But I wanted it to mean something, you know what I'm saying? But I never really could like formulate it. So B.O.Y. was just B.O.Y., you know what I'm saying? And then like it was a point where like I was just feeling kind of lost, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't really like, I was just doing things aimlessly, you know what I'm saying? Just cause it sounded good. Going to school was one of them. And not to say like education is like, you know, education is still valuable. I feel like anybody got an opportunity to go to college, go to higher learning, take it, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like that's not where my energy was. I didn't feel like myself in the classroom, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I wanted to be somewhere else. I felt like my presence needed to be somewhere else. You know what I mean? And even when I was in the streets or just different other things, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like it needed to be with the kids that's coming up, you know what I'm saying? That's why I ended up doing security for a little bit, you know, just being around like, you know, the youth and just kind of like really like be like some kind of like figure towards them, you know what I'm saying? You know, like I remember like growing up, like I had like a ton of like it was like, you know how you got like your old head, right? It was like an old head, but there was someone in between you and the old head, like, you know, he's like a cool like age. So he's still like he's still young enough where he can relate to some of the things you're going through, but you know, he's old enough to be authoritative at the same time. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I wanted to be that for the like, you know, the kids, you know what I'm saying, that was around, you know what I mean? And that's where I felt like my energy was needed. Right.
And it was like either way you felt like where you were at in that point in time was just not cutting it. So it was that very much so like I feel like I'm entering into my cocoon phase. I'm not quite a caterpillar anymore, but I'm also not a butterfly.
Right.
I'm like, like something feels very, very uncomfortable right now. So
yeah,
it's like,
exactly. That's
how do I, you know what I'm saying?
You know, like,
how do I navigate through that transition and everything? You know what I'm saying? So
I trust your pivot.
You know what I'm saying?
I trust your pivot.
Yeah.
You know, like,
right.
You mean?
Right.
I lay it on up if you can. You know
right. And lately, right? So like in this, you know, fighting through that, like I don't know which way to go. I think a certain level of awareness in terms of balance is needed. Mm-hmm. So for me personally, I feel like for the longest time I struggled with balancing things. I did really well with like working out consistently and like eating right when I had nothing else to do. Yeah. When I didn't have a job, when I didn't have school, when I didn't have any of that. But it's like now that I'm kind of like, you know, doing a lot of things, I'm working, I'm doing this, like, you know, it can be difficult to balance for me. So for you, do you feel like right now you are balancing life well?
I don't know. I feel like I'm doing it. I feel like I'm balancing to a certain extent. I feel like sometimes things, it's about staying consistent at the end of the day, because I feel like sometimes things kind of bleed into, like, you know, for example, I haven't been working out every day as much as I would like to recently, and that's because like I've been traveling a lot recently. I've been doing shows in North Jersey.
Where you have,
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So,
yeah, congrats to you first of all for doing shows.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I've just been getting like out of like Philly recently. I got a show in New York tomorrow.
Oh no.
Yeah, so like I like lately like. Me just not being home as often, like kind of throwing my schedule off a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, but like I've been getting better at not prioritizing my schedule or scheduling my priorities. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, run that back?
Not prioritizing my schedule, but scheduling my priorities.
Damn.
And like it's he's like the secret sauce. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nah, it's things like as human beings, like if you really desire something, someone, or just anything, you're going to make time for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and like it's sometimes things like we know it's good for us and that can benefit us, we just don't want to do as you know. Sometimes it's human nature. Like we want better for us, but sometimes the energy might not be there. But you gotta hold yourself accountable. For the things that you want from over the things you gotta value yourself right now. You right now has to be in charge of putting what you want the most over what you want right now. You know what I'm saying?
So why do you think that is so hard for people? Because that goes into the conversation of like instant gratification versus delayed gratification. Like, why do you believe like balancing or, you know, not always giving into those things that are right in front of us? Like, why do you think that's so hard for people? Like, and I'm asking because I'm like, what's up?
It feels good in the moment. You know what I'm saying? It feels good in the moment. Like, do like grinding don't feel good in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't feel good. It don't feel good when you got like a bad day, you come back $1 short. You know what I'm saying? And like, or not even quite a couple dollars short. You know what I'm saying? You know, and like, you mean it don't feel good in the moment, but you know long term that, you know, if you keep extending yourself, maybe you extending yourself might pay off. Maybe you gotta rethink some things through. Maybe, and you know, just see what it's out. Like, I take everything. I don't even take losses as like, you know, a bad thing. I just take it as a learning experience. You know what I'm saying? Because like, okay, at the end of the day, it's saying something. You're doing something wrong. That's, you know, that's why we feel pain. Something's wrong here. You know, you gotta know how to readjust or fix it. You know what I'm saying? You better know how to fix it. You know, and like, you know, not many people, to really get back on your question, not many people can like really like, or really like, what's the word? Discipline was the word. Okay. Not many people are disciplined enough to really like think about them down the line. You know what I'm saying? Like how you said, instant gratification. I mean, people love it in the moment, you know, so I can't blame, it takes a lot to fight, you know, like what's gonna make me feel good right now. You mean like, you know, like a cheeseburger over broccoli. Cheeseburger over something like, you know, something healthy, you know, and I mean, like, I'd probably go for something different. I know, right?
Yeah.
He said, all right, go for
Maybe
it.
like a cake.
Yeah, a cake.
Sweets is my.
I know sweets is my weakness too. I'm not gonna hold
sweet
you.
tooth is out of control.
Yeah, yo, you saying my aunt left the cake on the table recently. Left that joint. She wanted me to bring wanted me to bring that joint. No, I don't know what happened to the cake.
Yeah, that was your fault.
Yeah, right. You left it.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
no, I feel that. So, and I feel like too, like when we are constantly giving into these, like, you know, things that are right in front of us, eventually it does lead to that pain and to that discomfort, you know, and to that frustration. So for you, do you have any like non-negotiables that you have to do every single day to make sure that like you're good?
Non-negotiables.
What are your like daily non-negotiables?
My daily non-negotiables. I'ma be honest.
Okay.
I feel like I've been compromising on my
Oh, okay. Let's talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? Mondays was supposed to be a day I wasn't going to eat no meat, just chill. Like, I was really like, it started as me just like, you know, like, just being like, just doing without a certain food group, and it was meat. It just happened to be meat. You know what I mean? Then like, all right, okay, I could be consistent in this. But lately, I haven't been consistent in meatless Mondays.
Okay.
You know, but you talking about daily, like,
yeah, like
usually it would be working out for me,
right,
but like how I said, when like as soon as I started traveling, like even like I can't go to full session, but sometimes I've been making a goal, right? This is fairly brand new, but 20 burpees a day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? 20, I know, but I'm trying to like do like 20 a day.
Yeah.
So you're saying burpees burpees are going to do it. I know they are, but then I really hate it. It made me realize
they're awful.
Yo, worst exercise.
Like, but the best. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the best, but oh my God, it sucks.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I kind of too have also been slacking on my non-negotiables. So I have like 5 for the day, and it is prayer, meditation, meditation, movement / stretch. Like I have to move my body every day, reading, and 1 hour to my craft, whatever that is. So that can literally be like me working on something, or it can be like research, or you know, something that's pushing my dreams forward.
Dang,
and that's the one that I've been stuck on.
You make that. In fact, you just brought up our craft. I feel like I should include it. I should have included in there, and especially the hour thing. Like you may have a
you have a time. Right.
Yeah, you have a time devoted, because sometimes like I don't always have the gears to turn for me to like want to write, you know what I'm saying, or want to produce, or like, in fact, today was like the first time I made a beat in like 4 whole days, you know what I'm saying, and like it was just so like, I want to make a beat. Then I got so into it, I'm like, dang, I gotta see Rose later today. I was so locked in, man. I was about to be right in there.
But like I feel like it's really important for us to give ourselves the flexibility too, because like I don't always feel like making content every day, or I don't always feel like, you know, recording every single day, but it's like, again, like what else can I do that's going to
better myself? Right.
So it's like I could spend that hour doing really anything else, or I could make sure that I'm dedicating 1 hour to it. But that's honestly the one thing that I've been like slacking on, is like making sure it's like that 1 hour. Yeah. So I'm like, dang, like that's something I know I need to
tap into and lock them down.
Okay, so then for you, tap into it, knock them down. Right, live myself. So for you, I know that you said that you're doing balance pretty well. Like, what exactly does that look and feel like for you? Like, at what point you're like, you know what? I think that my life is pretty, like, balanced right now.
I feel like when I used to work for a real estate firm by the name of Vanguard Realty Group. Shout out to Miss Sharon Thomas. But she was to a point, she was like, when everything you're doing is funding each other, like when all your hustles are funding each other, going in a circle, you're doing something right. You know what I'm saying? And she, and like, I knew what she was into, so it really didn't like really hit me, you know what I'm saying? But as I started doing like shit like merch, selling beats, from selling beats into like selling merch, selling stickers, now the t-shirts, to like, also, funding into my craft, you know what I'm saying, funding it back, like seeing the money flowing in and out. I'm seeing what she's saying on it, but clearly like she was on a different scale than I was. But to me, from putting that message into my situation, I was like, oh, this is what it is. And like, I know eventually I wanna, do more, you know what I'm saying? So I just like I'm excited to get at that level. Like I really want to
like,
get at that.
This is paying for my house, and this is paying for my car. And this is paying for that part of the business.
That's kind of the scale she was at.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still living with my mom at that time.
And that's okay. but for now, like that's cool. You know, we're definitely gonna get there. Like you're 100%. So for now, what does that feel like and look like?
I feel like right now, like when your life is on autopilot, not even autopilot, but like, you know, when like when you could just do things on like just fluidity. You know what I mean? Like just fluid. Like, you know, like
I feel that.
Cause like people, that's why I salute people who go to school, who really get in that, like, who follow that order, getting up to class, getting up every day. It's like 6 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Class is at 6. You gotta be there at 6:15. You know what I mean? And like your body's just used to all this, like just navigating through the classrooms, through the hallways, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, you know, people got it down to the science, like, okay, maybe we could cut this corner here, but we could make it up back, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I fully mastered the art of balancing. Like I see I'm better than I was the other day, like other days ago, but it's still like an uphill battle for me.
Yeah.
You mean I'm still figuring it out. I'm figuring like I might need to drop some things from my life, some vices in my life, you know what I'm saying? And just really rethink, you know, so I gotta step back to bounce back. You know what I mean? So that's really my personal.
You dropping a bit today. I was like, wait. I'm like, wait, all right, so you gotta prioritize. No, you gotta schedule your priorities.
Wait, Dad, yeah, because I'm forgetting.
You said something else.
Step back to bounce back.
Step back to bounce back, and then there was one more that.
Dad, I don't know.
I don't know either. It's okay.
I honestly just be like I say things and they come from the heart.
Yeah.
So like, honestly, when like.
But they land very, very nicely, or they have been today. So like,
Dad,
so thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
When they play this back, I'm really gonna be like, Dad, what did I say?
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna take notes for myself sometimes. That's what I be. I feel like I'm glad, I'm honored to have like the people I have in my life.
That's a fact.
But I honestly feel I learned better from just being in things, in the middle of things. I'm gonna give a middle school example. My bro told me not to eat a cheesecake from a pizza shop. He was like, bro, don't eat that cheesecake. It was not worth $4. It was looking so good. Bought it anyway. That cheesecake was tasting like...
Wait, cheesecake or cheesesteak?
Cheesecake.
Oh, cheesecake.
Yeah, it was like cheesecake in the fridge. You had to know. It was looking so beautiful, too. Had the cherry on top and everything. Ice was just looking... Ooh, I hate that John. That John was fucking tasting like... I'm like... You know how, like... Cool Whip is, like, textured and it doesn't have a flavor? It was giving that. It was just giving heavy Cool Whip. Yeah. Bro told me not to do it, but I had to jump in the waters.
You had to figure it out yourself.
I had to. You know what I'm saying? That's just. I guess that's just my nature. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm 100% the same way. 100%.
It's like. You could warn so many people to do things, but you know,
they gotta
sometimes
themselves.
Some people gotta figure things out. You know?
Oh yeah. But back to what you had said about kind of autopilot, where it's like what I don't want autopilot to. I guess what I'll say is like when things become more of a habit, that's when for me, because it's like me and my roommate, shout out to Liz, gang, sweat check. When we first started working out like last year, we were like, we had a hard time, you know, waking up before 10. Like, how are we gonna do this? And now we wake up every day at 7, and it's just now second nature. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think a part of finding that balance and in you know, trying to do everything is just like you said, consistency. You have to keep doing it until it becomes second nature and it becomes just like a habit. So
that's a fact.
Word. Okay. What else? Oh, so right. One of the things that I struggled with a lot was understanding when it was my turn to take a step and to act versus when it was time for God to kind of do what God does.
Okay.
Right? So, but I will say, I believe that I was using that as an excuse to not do anything. Because it was very much so like if God wanted me to do this, you know, this would happen, or, you know, yada, 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 what would happen when it very much so felt like, you know that meme of Diddy and that bull going back and forth staring at each other from that show, The Four? They're like...
Oh, wait, and it was like... Like he's at the table.
Yeah,
Like,
yes. So
like,
I'm very.
Hey, I know what you're talking.
You know what I'm saying? And I felt like that very much so was like me and God. Like, so who's gonna move?
Yeah.
And God, like, I don't know who you. I'm not moving, so I need you to take a step and do something. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly.
You know, and I feel like in questioning that, I especially like about this show specifically, I questioned for the longest time, even after I got the idea to do the show, should I do this? Am I the right one to do it? And I just feel like God was trying to tell me, like, the answer was yes when I gave you the idea. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, is that something that you feel like you've ever struggled with? Is like, I don't really know if I should be doing this thing. I need more of a sign. Like
a lot of times. I told you I do security. And sometimes like you gotta make rational decisions a lot. Like you may nobody wants to be the party pooper in situations, but sometimes you want people to have fun, like, lounge, but it might be times they might be standing on furniture, getting too loud, annoying other, you know what I'm saying? It's certain times where, that's out of pocket, that's drawn, like, you gotta...
It sounds like a
I get it a lot. But, it's sometimes, like, you gotta call things out, And I feel like if I'm not in a position or... if I'm not in the authoritative position to do it, it's none of my business, you know what I'm saying? But if I have to, and I got some guidance on how we could resolve what's going on, then that's when I have to act, you know what I'm saying? If I know better, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes some people want to act, some people want to, like, really assist, but they don't have what is needed, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes it make the situation or dilemma just way worse, you know what I mean? Because I have a friend named Aaron, you know what I'm saying? He always wants to help us, you know what I'm saying? Always wants to help us. Sometimes, like, him wanting to help might dig a deeper hole than what is needed sometimes, you know what I mean? And we love him to death, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes overextending yourself is not just like harming yourself, but, the whole ship in general, you know what I'm saying? Just because, like, we don't need nothing that you have, you know what I mean?
Right.
But at the end of the day, you still appreciate it, but you just gotta know where you fit in the puzzle.
Right.
You know
and what exactly, like, what resources you have right in front of you. Because, like, for example, I very much so had the intentions of, like, doing this, kind of like recording it, editing it by myself. I didn't want to,
right?
But I was like, you know what? If I have to do it, I will. And it was like within a week or two after I made that decision, maybe like a few weeks after, I met D-Ray. And it was very much so like you do this. Oh, interesting. And then just end up working out like that. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to D-Ray.
Shout out to D-Ray. Shout out to Stay Tuned Network.
He's somewhere here, but we're not supposed to tell you where he at. But shout out to D-Ray. He found him.
Wait, I was going to say, I really got to say this. Because when I was doing the one with Tito, he called D-Ray a tarantula, and he's like the tarantula on the wall.
That shit hurt.
Tarantula on the wall. I'm like, the tarantula's kind of cool on the wall. It kind of sounds cool.
A part of me stopped. What you know with your video right now?
Yeah, you sound cool. Because like
this, you know what I mean?
Because it's not because I heard fly on the wall, but that's like I'm ear hustling on some shit. That's what the phrase means. Yeah. But like a tarantula, that's like, I'll kill you, nigga. You say? I'll kill you and say some wild. You say?
The reference was that he's in the room, but like of course he's not like talking to us. And then Tito was like, well, how can I ignore him? He's like, I'm sorry, I had to. Okay.
Hey,
yeah.
Shout out to
D-Ray. Shout out D-Ray. Right. Word.
They will cut down the bloopers.
I'm right.
I wasn't supposed to shout out.
I know, right? Yeah. Shout out D-Ray. Yeah. So you had also mentioned before, going back to what you had said about you have to. What would you say? Cut back to bounce back?
Yeah, to bounce. Oh my God, you making me fumble it. Hold up.
Step back to bounce back.
Yeah.
Step back to bounce back.
Shout out D-Ray.
Shout out D-Ray. Yeah.
I'm not supposed to tell you where he at, but he be around like I said. He be around.
That you have to step back to bounce back.
Yes.
So sometimes that means like letting go of some things.
Yes,
so that in itself, I think it is something very difficult for a lot of us to let go of something when we might not want to.
Yes.
So can you tell me about a time when you felt like God was really telling you it was time to let go of something?
Yeah, I feel like it's been music a couple times too. I'm not.
You said music a couple times?
Yeah, a couple times it's been music. Like, and it wasn't until like, stop, but it's like, yo, like sometimes I be focused on creating rather than just experiencing life, and that's ultimately like, what's gonna better, like, cause I want to give me and my music, and if I'm not living life to the fullest to like how much I could give in a day, then it's a time I gotta spend away from the music. You know what I'm saying? That's why I probably don't like, go in and try to create or write like every single day. I just want to be in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, not have to like really like think. Cause honestly, being an artist is a full-time job. You mean this is real life. You know what I mean? We gotta take this home. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to always think about that, but it's just there. You know what I mean? Cause like, like Reub Boy is the me from within inside, you know what I'm saying? In this Ruben show, and like I gotta like really present that out to people, and I feel like sometimes I don't always feel like giving a Reub Boy. I just want to just like, just keep my energy to myself sometimes, and just give it out to people who I really like, who's really close to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, my mom, father, you know what I'm saying? People close, even the roses in my life, you know what I'm saying? Just people I feel like deserve my my energy, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And like, that's just how I see it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, thank you for that. So those are all of my like balance related questions, but
now
we got
right.
One more question. You can do the one that you have too if you really want to.
I don't. I'm gonna just.
You don't want to? Okay, it's fine. It's okay. Yeah. Yep. It's not even. Oh.
Alright, I'm gonna get a little messy. Let me just.
Okay. Yeah. All up in there.
I feel like this one.
That's the one.
I try to throw him down, but he just claimed to my palm.
Okay.
A little different. So we want to see what this reads here as I unfold said paper.
Yeah.
And it reads: if you could have a conversation with anyone living or dead, who would it be and why? Living and dead, and or dead.
That's a really good question.
Because like it changes every day. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I want to talk to my grandma again. Like I would love to talk to my grandma one more time. You know what I'm saying? But some days it shifts to like who do I want to be, and sometimes I want to hold like conversations like. If I could have a conversation with Kanye or Diddy, like someone I used to look up as a figurehead, who I used to like emulate, I would love to have a conversation with just like, not only to like really figure out them, but to also figure out myself from a point in time of where my thinking was at, why did I idolize them? It'll be a self-evaluation internally, but like I would see like the factors, like what I dig about them. But if I could have like a solid answer about one person, I would of course go with someone. I'm thinking Michael Jackson, honestly. I feel like Michael Jackson was the first, at least for me, the first artist who I felt like really like showcased the world outside of what's going on within the world, and all of a sudden the world started to emulate him. You mean, as crazy as it sounds, like he was so tuned in with manifesting the world that was inside of himself, people started to emulate what was inside of him. You mean, I'm not sure if that's making sense, but I feel like people like, because when people like you got a ton of people who just impersonate Michael Jackson nowadays, down to the dance with the crouch grab, boo ba ba ba, gloves. You know what I'm saying? And like I think at a point in time that shit was groundbreaking to me, and I'm thinking, cause look. Like niggas wasn't rocking no Michael Jackson fit in the age, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see like nobody dressed like Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Not even the day and age after the decades like of his time. Like no one was dressing like Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, he was one of the people who was never like afraid to like establish his character. And like my mom loved his music too, you know what I'm saying? But me from hearing his music and really seeing his persona, and just like really like I just admire Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, as an entertainer and like as a soul. You know?
Do you have like one question for him that you would ask?
I'm like, if you could. Damn, what would I ask Michael for?
Right. It's a crazy
I would
question.
be like, Michael. I would be fucking geeking. I was like, I would have asked him like, yo, if you was in my position, what would you do? I would ask him something like that. Like, what would you do in my position? Like, right now, I'm a young creative in 2020. What would you?
I would love to hear.
You know what I'm saying? I want to hear. Yeah, that's what I want to hear. Like, what would you do if you was in my shoes? You know, in this day and age, because like my shout out to my homie Chad. Shout out to Chad. But he recently told me that like you gotta play to your strengths. You know what I'm saying, in this game, like you really gotta play to like, you know, what's best for you. And I think Michael Jackson had his family. You know what I'm saying, he had the Jackson, came up with the Jacksons and that nature. You know, and that's what it was. In fact, I don't really have nobody like really like. Well, I got a couple of people who pull some strings. You know, I made a couple connections, but I don't want him to necessarily have like the same support system he grew up on. You know what I mean? And I feel like you know
that's knowing like what we knew right now, what was going on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you know, so it's like, you know, if you have my factors, if you dealt my cards, how would you lay your hand down? You know what I mean? So that really would be like that would be my question to Mike. You know what I'm saying? What would you do with my shoes?
Okay. Thank you for that.
Would you still moonwalk?
Oh, I'm
asking that.
Would you still moonwalk? Right.
These shoes?
Word. So, okay. Thank you for that very much. I did also mean to ask you one last question too. In this journey of becoming, you know, your higher self, there's a lot of things that we have learned along the way. There are also a lot of things that we have to unlearn.
Okay.
Right. So what is one main thing that you have had to unlearn so far?
Everything is a facade, you know. Don't be so, you know, I take things with a grain of salt. That's what I've learned over life. Take things with a grain of salt, you know. You know, people like to pump fake a lot, you know. Some people have an image they portray for themselves and they can't even uphold to that, you know. That's why I preach believe yourself, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're conveying that, you better be about that. If you carrying yourself a certain kind of way, you know, when that pressure put on you, you gotta act accordingly.
Right.
You know, so
be yourself.
I mean, so yeah, just be the best you know what I'm saying? You know, and stay solid, stay sturdy, stay blessed.
Stay solid, stay sturdy, stay blessed. Heard. Okay. Cool. Next, you,
me,
I,
yes,
are going to pick a kind task. So, in efforts to pay it forward, to, you know, move some positivity throughout the world, I'm having everyone pick a kind task, and I'm pulling this list from the Live Life Nice website and brand. So shout out to Christian Crosby and his brand. This is also coming from his Be Nice, Do Nice challenge, which is inspiring 100,000 acts of nice. Pick a number between 1 and 500.
500. I said something small last time. Let's turn it up. Give me 466.
466. Interesting. This is interesting.
Okay.
Do research on a topic someone loves and print it out and send it to them.
Oh man, this is gonna be a weird one. Do it. You know what I'm saying? You're an idiot.
You want to pick the other one too?
I could pick more. No?
If you want to.
If I want to. You can keep a tab on 466.
Okay.
Let's see. What 467?
Okay. All right, 467. What you giving us? Pick up clothes at department stores that you see have fallen off the hangers. That's a good one.
Okay, I could do that one. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I could do that one.
Right.
It's a simple one.
Right.
You know, I could do that.
Right. You don't have to go, you know, all across the store.
Wait, I got homework for you too.
Oh gosh. Okay.
You know what's your assignment?
What's my assignment?
Give me your top 3 least favorite workouts real quick.
Top 3 least favorite workouts would be, I gotta say burpee.
Burpee?
I gotta bring it back around to burpee because the burpees are just obnoxious. There's this, anything like not anything core related, but like core is something that is like a lot for me. So there's this one workout. I mean, it's like I hate it, but I love it at the same time. It's where you are starting off like, I don't know what the exercise is called, but like bear crawl almost, where your hands are, you know, below your shoulders, and your knees are also at a 90-degree angle, and you're like stepping out and then like bringing them back in, but you got to keep your butt and your body flat.
And out.
Yeah, right. So it's like you're in a plank, and then you bring your like knees in, and again, same thing, like keep your butt down. So I would say that one. Another one, I hate push-ups, only because I can't do them though. So I'm getting there. I'm going to do one. I'm 100%.
You gotta do them burpees. 10 burpees daily.
Oh, I thought it was like right now. I was like in
I don't want you to. not with the orange joint. No,
not in the orange suit.
Please don't get that.
Not in this. I won't. Thank you. Okay. Damn. So that means I gotta do those workouts.
Yeah.
All right,
10 burpees. You know.
Heard. I will.
I'll do 12. You know, I'm trying to stick to the dub. So look, I'm right here with you.
So you got 20. I'm gonna do my 10.
Yeah. You know, like.
Heard you. I'm gonna add that on to earn. I'm gonna have to talk to Liz about that one. We get it on, but now that it's recorded, it's like, you know, it's like a thing. Like, you have to do it. Cool. Cool. Okay. Well, thank you. Shout outs. Any quick shout outs that you want to give?
Dang, I want to shout out my mom.
Shout out mom.
We made it to Rec Philly. We out here living and learning, you know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rose.
Word.
You know, thank you for Rose for asking such dope questions. It was a dope interview. Papa, what's good, Pop?
Shout out
my
Papa.
dad. Shout out Kara, and Dave. Wawa, what's the I said a bunch of people last time. Like the list was more extensive.
Right, that's okay.
But I'm gonna just keep it to like the fam first one. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out everybody.
Sarah.
Appreciate you.
Shout out to Sarah.
Word. All right, and where can they find you?
ReubBoy.com. That is ReubBoy.com. That again is ReubBoy.com. Tune into my YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to grow my YouTube.
Okay.
I'm really trying to grow my YouTube.
Okay.
YouTube, IG.
It's all on there.
Everything is on there. You find it if you tune into ReubBoy.com. That's all my content on my the box. That's the whole split.
So
that's the whole split. Super split. You know what I'm saying? You come in, you're like, oh, it's we fit the goal.
Yeah.
Believe Yourself teas is coming. No, by the time this drop, it'll be out. Serve some more.
Right.
I mean, we gonna have some more. We gonna probably have different variations. We're gonna have different flavors.
Different flavors.
But we gonna keep it simple for the first drop. You know
so this is what they can expect from you next. So
you know.
Any final words for the people? I feel like believe yourself.
Final words. Much love and believe yourself. That's all I can say. Much love. Stay sturdy. Stay solid. Stay blessed.
On that note, we are running out of here. Thank you so much, Ruben, for being here. This was a really great, a great conversation. Yes. So, y'all, if anything resonated with you, let me know. If you feel inclined to do so, also please share with a friend. Share to, any and everywhere if you want to. But that's it. We are getting out of here, y'all. So please go out there. What happened?
No, I'm sorry. I'm ready to skedaddle.
I'm ready to skedaddle and go eat. So go out there and do something that your future self will thank you for and your past self will love you for.
Do like 10 burpees. Do a burpee.
Ruben, thank you for. Wait, we're not done. I gotta get.
I need to stand up. I'm sorry. I need to stand up, yo. I was like, yo.
Right, you just took off for lift off. I gotta. All right, y'all. On that note. Yo, your feedback means the absolute world to me. I would love to hear about how you felt about this episode. Leave your comments below, shoot me a DM. I want to know. I really want to know how you feel about this. Also, if there is a certain topic that you want us to talk about, if there are certain questions that you want me to ask, please let me know. You can shoot me a DM on Instagram at @itfrozegolden or in the email at info@rosexgolden.com. Information will be below, so no worries on that, okay? Thank you so much. I love you.